Right, what's up, traders? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to my stream here on ASFX TV. So, a couple of things to run over today. We've got quite a busy day in the market. So, we've got FOMC as is also in NFP week. But yeah, welcome to the guys watching me on Twitter as well as X as well as YouTube. We are covering it across all three platforms today. And then obviously the ASFX TV guys as usual. Right, so we had a couple of trades on the NASDAQ here already. Yeah, nice winning morning this morning. It's been kind of like a consistent across this past month for me. I've had a pretty consistent month, as you can see here up. This is my TradeZella, up $600 on the day. I actually did just make a post on Twitter about my month in general, but I knew I was going to keep it small and tidy here today on FOMC here. But if you actually have a look, I just made a post over here about my July. So we'll cover my July month, and then we are also going to speak about my the competition that we're going to be running for ASFX traders exclusively with Hydra Funding. We're going to get DY on from Hydra Funding. We got an ASFX exclusive actually for you guys. So say what's up in the chat. What are you guys watching? We'll cover a few things, go over my trade from the NASDAQ today, but then also cover my July. So you can go read the post here. We'll put it in the chat over here, right over there. But I do encourage you to go give it a read and see, what are you doing well and where can you improve? But let's go over my July. As you can see, green on the month, 12K or 6.21%. Today is a fair day and last of the month and on an NFP week, so I'll be keeping it small. Here are some aspects I did well and other aspects I did poorly from this month, right? So I recently moved across from trading currencies over to the individual stocks as well as the indexes. So I knew that putting in the work was essential, for me to, creating long-term sustainability in this. I think I was watching a couple of, the reason why the move over is that I recently got married and we also haven't officially announced it yet, but we do have a baby on the way. So literally right after getting married. So life's been happening pretty fast at the moment. So I wanted to make sure that, I was able to have family time and then as well as trading time. Whereas at the moment, I was actually trading throughout the day. I was trading London session, New York session, any time of the day, you name it. I was literally, trading way too much and way too often. So I needed time to just chill out. And this is why they changed over to the indexes and individual stocks, which I've been loving, right? The stock market. And again, with S&P Capital, with a couple of videos that I was watching, what you trade is more important than how you actually trade. And I feel this is just where the volume is and where I needed to move, my career needed to go into, right? So the good, right? So if you look at my calendar on TradeZella, if you notice at the top left here, there's a notebook section, right? And each and every single day has a notebook. What is that actually? That is me actually doing my daily reviews, my daily report cards. So even when I have no trades, I'm still doing a notebook section, right? And daily review and going over everything. So I think that's really, really one of the better things that I have been doing lately is taking what they've been doing at S&P Capital and applying into my own trading. And it's been helping immensely, right? I just believe that personally, if you can't control whether you're going to make money or lose money on any given day, but you can control your work ethic, right? And that's just something that I know that I can actually, control. Cool. So that's the first thing. And then also having a specific work on for each and every single week. From the daily reviews. I've also been prepping and planning before each and every single session, which has been really, really good. As you can see, I've been doing my pre-market prep with Edgefill and Hydra Funding, which we're going to get DY on from in a bit. But just making sure that I'm actually prepped for each and every single trading session and actually ready for what is to come. If you look at my daily review here today, look, you can see each and every single day I'm prepping. I actually had my prep. Yeah, I do it every single day live on X at about 8 o'clock Eastern time, sometimes before 8 a.m. Eastern time. So if you want to see what I do to prep, please go and watch me here on X. I don't do these, I do them for myself, but hopefully one or two of you traders take some positives from it. But as you can see, each and every single day here today, SPX, NASDAQ, NVIDIA, and I've also got the Dow. I prep what I'm doing each and every single day for it. So it's no wonder why I'm having a good July, because I'm simply putting myself in a position and working harder than I was before. You always got to compare yourself to where you were at, the month or week before. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Compare yourself to yourself. I see a lot of guys up here trying to compete against each other. That really doesn't matter. Try and compare where you were the month before. We're having a few guys come across here. What's up, Nick, Luke, Stigler, Ack, Adam, Dan, Roy, what's up? Jordan, coming across from Austin's stream. So Austin was streaming before me. And for those, again, that are on Twitter and X, whatever you want to call it, and YouTube, welcome. This is going to have a nice stream here today. Also, again, for everyone that is trading CFDs, we've got an ASFX TV and ASFX exclusive competition coming to you from Hydra that has some pretty cool prizes. So that has been my month so far. Obviously, today you can add another $600 to that. So really, really solid month, honestly. And then just the bad. What have I been doing poorly? Well, still adjusting to new life, being married, and now obviously with the baby on the way and getting in my workouts. I did slack here the past 2 weeks. I haven't been able to work out as often as I would like. But my off-the-charts habits help a lot when I'm in my flow state, and this needs to be better. I also have been sizing in smaller, scalping with feeler positions, and this has led to more trades, but in a controlled way. I need to make sure that I monitor this. So a really, really solid month here so far. And then you can, as I said, you can add another $600 here today, but just consistent base hits and then learning, to either be small and then add or small and scratch. I think that has been a really, really good thing for me this month in terms of moving over to the indexes. Austin had a great rant. You need to be better than him today. Austin loves his rants, and I love it when he has his rants because he demands greatness, right? You got to be great. You got to work hard if you want to make it happen, right? And I think so too. Nice. So Luke's away, 750 away from passing another 100K combine. Brilliant, bro. Nice. What's up, Ura? Good to have you on. Again, guys, I'm literally been working hard on the back end with DY. We're going to have an ASFX TV and ASFX exclusive. This is only for ASFX traders that are going to be part of this competition. First place prize is going to be a 50K account, and second place prize is going to be a 25K account. Literally only for ASFX traders. So if there's only 10 traders, well, you got a 20% chance of actually winning, right? So we're going to get DY on here in a bit, but this has been my, and for those that are watching on ASFX, on X and YouTube, you can join ASFX TV for $10 a month. And you can be part of that, prize pool as well. There you go. So here's ASFX TV. This is what the back end looks like. For $10 a month, you can watch us here live. If you can't watch us live, you can always get the replays, right? So that's been my month. I think a really, really solid month. I encourage everyone to do a review, but a nice small positions here on the NASDAQ to the high side here today, off the opening range low, low to middle upper quadrant, lower quadrants to the lower opening range low. Kind of a middle of the range trade, if what also wants to call it, but I still like the price point here and the risk reward ratio. We've been trading. The blue VWAP is yesterday's VWAP, the black VWAP is today's VWAP, and the red is the 21 EMA, which I do like for entries. Please cover the seal price action, being chopped up the entire day. Yeah, we can definitely go over it. Dill, what's up, brother? Xavier, yes, sir. How are you today? What's good, brother? Good. Nice, guys. So, yeah, again, I think that's been a good thing for me changing over to the New York session and able to actually come in. And I think I've used my work ethic to be able to, adapt quite nicely. But let's get DY on. Let's send him the invite, and then we can speak about this. Is literally an ASFX TV exclusive. So we got a guy, Steez, yeah. Now, Steez is a nice, actually South African slang word. How much do you risk per trade? So I start my feeler positions on the indexes with about 0.15, not typically risking, if you want dollar terms, I'm trading a 200K account, personal, but dollar terms, if you want to, I'll start off with about $100 per trade, and I look to scale up into it. I have like a daily loss limit of about $2,000, one between $1,000 and $2,000 is kind of my limit, which would be 1% on a 200K account, right? But yeah, I start off with about $100, and then I look to scale in on them. So that's where I am at with that. Oh, sorry, steez is a fashion slang where I'm from. Yeah, steez means like rich in South African slang words. So good to have you on. We can actually get your comment up here and put it. That's a cool thing. If you're commenting on X and YouTube, can actually come through like that. Unfortunately, the ASFX TV comments don't come through. But how the spread and slippage on indices on CFDs on the 5 minute? It's been really, really good for me, honestly, across my personal accounts, Hydra, MyFundedFX, FTMO. It's been really, really good. Honestly, I haven't really experienced much slippage, dude. So I think really, really nice, Ak. And that's why I did move over to it, right? So to the indexes, they've just been really, really clean to trade. But yeah, let's get DY on here from Hydra Funding. We can speak about our personal competition that we are going to have, waiting for him to join in the background. But let me know if there's anything that you guys would like me to cover. We can go to some currency pairs if anyone here trades currencies. I know that I was a currency trader in the past, but literally only exclusively trading individual stocks as well as the indexes. Nvidia is up over 10% today. So that also fed to my long bias on the NASDAQ, right? So that really, really did feed my long bias on the NASDAQ as well. Just obviously, Nvidia drives tech stocks, right? And Nvidia, NASDAQ being heavily tech stock weighted. VIX is also down today, over 7%. So VIX down, index is up. VIX up, index is down, inverted, right? German 30 up today. So all the indexes, I mean, the NASDAQ is up literally 3% today. We did have a massive sell-off after Microsoft earnings yesterday. If you have a look over here, let's come to the 50-minute chart on the NASDAQ. We did US 100, NQ, call it whatever you want for those that are trading different contracts of it. It's the same shit. But yeah, we obviously had a massive sell-off yesterday. I was traveling, so didn't trade yesterday. And now we obviously have rallied quite heavily. I mean, up over 3% today. It's a pretty nice trading day, right? But that's the nice thing about this. You can make money long and short on these contracts, on trading the indexes. You can trade them long and short. So really, really nice. I have enjoyed the switch. Who you in the chat? Uriah, Ak, how have you found the switch over? If you have switched over, I know you're still trading a lot of oil and that and FX, Ak, but how have you found it yourself? Ak's actually been, I have mentioned on my stream before, but getting some nice payouts. Compare yourself to yourself, Ak, and we had a little chat about that as well. But don't ever compare yourself to anyone else. You just stay in your own lane, right? What are the stats on NAS for opening range? Do you consider the stats for your trade today? Yeah, I do look at the stats on the opening range. We actually break both sides of also the initial balance. Let me actually bring that up on Edgeful. So if you look at, I also did in my pre-market prep, look how, if you haven't found a trade in the first hour, that's why I'm not going to be taking any trades on stream right now. If you haven't taken a trade in the first hour, probably a good time to, just stay out of it. Because the volume comes then after later on FOMC, right? And I probably left some money out here today, so I can definitely review. I probably left some money out here on the NASDAQ. I'm just having a look. I probably left you cannot catch all of the move. That is a fact. But yeah, probably left some points out here on the NASDAQ today for sure. You can't catch every single move of the market. That is a fact though. But yeah, let's just, we're going to get DY on here in a minute. Let's bring up, what did you want? The opening range and initial balance report from Edgeful. We can definitely get that up. So let's look at the initial balance breakout. This is on ES. So 60% of the time year to date, we get a single break, meaning that if we break the high and low set in the first hour, we can look for extensions in that direction. NQ, I think it's a little bit higher. I was actually going over that yesterday. I did make a video on this. 74% of the time. So 74% of the time, we actually get a single break, meaning that if we break the high and low set in the first hour, we can look for extensions in that direction. If we break the one side, because it's only a 24% chance that we'll come back and break the other side in the year to date. So let's get DY on in the next 2 minutes. We'll wait for him to do his hair. My hair's already done. Nasty, and then we'll get him on here. Yo, what's up, brother?
You see this? You see this, James?
Yeah.
You see this? You see this? I had to bring the hair out just for
I
you today.
know. I don't have any of that. That's the thing.
Just for you, I had to let down the hair for today's stream.
Nice, bro. How you doing today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Had a nice trade today on UJ. Caught a nice 1 to 2 RR sell. So that was nice start to the New York session today. Very happy with that.
Nice.
Overall, it's been a solid trading month. June was one of my worst months ever. So it's good to be back on track. It's been
Nice.
a little bit up
Yeah,
and
bro.
down. May was my best month ever, and then June was one of my worst months ever, and July's back
Trading.
on track. So
But we've spoken about this on our streams about like the variance and everything like that. If you've had like your best trading month, well, guess what? You can actually have your worst trading month the next month. It doesn't mean
and
that's
you're
why I
trading
always
the
like,
exact same way.
yeah, it's like, but it's like
nothing's
when
changed.
you make, like, let's say you make 2% in a month. Let's just say you can't say, okay, well, now every single month I'm going to make 2% and be like, okay, well, if I do that on this amount of capital at the end of the year, I'll make this amount, because it never works out like that.
It
It's
doesn't.
like, like
it
a
doesn't work
fortune,
like that.
looking in the future. You can't do that.
You can throw
I
on
had
the
a nice trade
compound
on
calculator and calculate how rich
Yeah.
you would be if you made 2% a month compounded. You'd be like Warren Buffett in 5 years or something like
5
that.
years, bro. Yeah. It never ends up like that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at a couple of the Dows now back at high of day. I was looking off some lows over here as well, but the Dow back at high of day, Nasdaq. So got a couple of guys that want me to go over my Nasdaq trade today. I can definitely do that for you guys. Sure. So 2-minute time frame on the Nasdaq. We were trading above intraday VWAP, which is the black line here. And then we got the blue line, which is yesterday's VWAP. So that feeds my long bias. We're trading above it. And we do break yesterday's high, which is the white line coming across the screen here. Pre-market, I had a little bit of a feeler position on. And then I added to my position here and covered at the highs here, opening range high. Again, it is FOMC day today as well as NFP week. So a little bit smaller with size. As you can see, it's $600 here on the day. TradeZilla is the journal that I do use for this. But yeah, $600 on the day, covered yet the highs. And the reason for getting in Josh and Jordan was looking off the opening range lows. Yeah, we respected the opening range lows above previous day's highs. And I looked to add in here once the 15-minute range had set. So that was my plan going into the longs, 4 longs going into the open. And then I just added into it once I saw we were confirming. And I do like to use that 21 EMA on the 5-minute time frame or 2-minute time frame for entries. But yeah, that's been my trade yet today. So nice. Both of us having a nice winning day yet today. Do you want to go over your position as well, DY? And then maybe you can go over that.
Yeah, sure. I'm eyeing Nas longs as well for this evening. I got potentially a setup coming in. I can talk about that one as well.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I really like Nas longs intraday right now. I can share my screen.
Yeah, so we actually are live on Twitter, on ASFX TV, our streaming platform, and then also live on YouTube, all 3 platforms at the same time with StreamYard, which is really, really cool. I must show you a cool feature with StreamYard as well, DY. Actually, afterwards, I'll send you the video I did make on it. But cool. It gives you that the clips as well. Same as Opus, that Opus clips, it gives you the clips as well, which is quite cool. They're doing in the back end. So yeah, let's go over what are you seeing at the moment, DY?
Yeah, so this was the trade that I took on UJ just now. As you can see, we already ripped highs, but relatively straightforward. We got the 2-minute time frame over here. Pretty bearish. I mainly look to trade breaks of market structure, fake outs. So I really like it when the fake out, breaks, taps into the 9 EMA. This is actually a 20-minute. So I use a 20-minute EMAs on the 2-minute time frame. So I have this kind of reference. And my ultimate context time frame is a 2 hour. 2 hours also very, very bearish. So, very likely for us to, continue this bearish, have this bearish continuation. And we were in this particular candle right here. We were trading in this 2-hour candle. So it was very likely, given how these candles had formed, I thought it was very likely that we take out these overall, this 2-hour candle low. And given that the 20-minute was very, very bearish as far as the EMAs go, it's very nice to look for sells here, fake outs on the 2-minute for some trend continuation. So yeah, I just looked for that opportunity, took a nice 2RR win, closed it out here, and looks like we're pulling back now. So yeah, very happy to be out of this position. And as far as NAS, I see what you took on the market open. I was looking for longs here, but
Yeah.
I wanted to see it push a little bit lower and tap into that 9 EMA on the 20 minute. That's kind of where I really like to start getting longs, because you can see that we had this fake out here where structure kind of broke to the downside, which is one of the first things that I look for. And I like to see that 20-minute 9 EMA get tapped for me to go long. But, you know, obviously this was still a great setup and you caught it long. Did you enter like right here, or what was
correct?
your...
So what I've been doing with the indexes, DY, is, and we can speak more about your UJ position as well. I wanted to cover a few things. Just because I'm not trading the currencies doesn't mean I'm not maybe having some long swing positions on like my personal accounts or something like that. But day trading exclusively just the indexes and stocks now. But yeah, so what I like to have like feeler positions going into the open. Like, for example, let's say I want to be long buyers. I want to be a buyer today on the NASDAQ. I'll put like a 0.1% position on with quite a wide stop loss just to feel what the market's actually doing. The reason I like doing that is because I think it's like you can always see the trades more clearly once you're actually in it with a position, because you're actually getting to experience the movement of the market, not just watching a candle going up and down. So I have like a feeler position on almost every single day for my bias that I like. And then I might average, if let's say like the NASDAQ comes back down, I might average in if I still like it. Obviously, if it's a hard pullback, then I'll just scratch my feeler position. And then I'm not in originally from my first position. And it's very discretional. And that's where we have been speaking about on stream here as well, is that I look at my stats and my discretion is actually helping me make money. So I'm going to continue leaning into it, right? But I have seen that the Bank of Japan has actually been intervening with the currencies. I saw GJ was down like over 1% today, bro. So
yeah, I mean the yen has been absolutely
crazy.
decimated in the last it's been years already that it's been on this slide.
Yep.
Like if you look at the higher time frames on the yen, like
yeah, I mean the
on
GJ got up to
UJ,
like
right? Like this is the
bro.
monthly time frame, guys. Like and we've been on this, you know, let's say after this massive consolidation, you know, what is this? This is a currency, right? Like UJ is up 57%. You know, like then this is the last 1,277 days. So that's less than 4 years. So about 3.5 years, right? Like UJ has gone up 57%. This is a currency, guys.
Yeah,
so 57% on a currency is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what actually happens now. You know, anytime you have government intervention, anytime you have this type of thing, you know, it's as a trader, I think it's best to not get caught up in the news, right? We're still trading the charts. We can be aware of the news, but you should still be trading the charts, understanding, you know, kind of like what's happening. You understand what's happening given the context of the news, but you're still trading what you see and not what you think is going to happen. But I think a lot of traders can fall into this trap of like trading what I think this is going to happen. I think this is going to happen. But if the chart's not telling you that, then, you know, you might want to push that bias aside. But, you know, it's been, as far as I can see, it's been an extremely nice trend, you know, for sells on the intraday. So yeah, UJ looks like it wants to continue short for, you know, the foreseeable future. Like we've been on a very, very nice bearish trend here. So I'm going to continue to trade this for as long as it continues.
Nice. Okay, cool. So let's I just want to chat a little bit about a few other things in terms of market, what's actually happening today and this week. And then I want to speak about our ASFX competition, which we are very excited to do, right? I think it's going to be really, really cool. And very grateful to you guys over at Hydro Funding, you and Cam and the team there for putting it together for us. And I know that the guys are going to enjoy it. And I'm going to be part of the competition too. So Ek we'll go head to head for sure.
Is that allowed, guys?
Insider trading. I'll just tell DY to adjust my statistics to look like I make 100. I never ever lose according to the Miami Forex boys. I never lose, and my RR is always 10 or to 1 or.
You guys won't believe it. James is about to make 300% in 2 weeks on his competition account. You will never believe this shit.
But let's just bring up my screen here. So, okay. So just some news this week. Obviously, we have FOMC tonight, right? So I think Crudeli did say it best. He did put up a note. I always read his his newsletter. So Anthony Crudelli, for those that don't know, he's a big futures trader. But let's just put over like that. So he did put this. So he said, "Good morning, Fed day and end of the month. My goal with this morning's note is to discuss the market environment and give traders an edge in understanding the conditions as they execute their strategies." But basically goes on to say, how do day traders approach a day like today? When to trade big, small, or not at all? Today is small or not at all. Put a number on your risk, wait for a clean setup and take the win or the loss and move on with your day. Do not try to fight the tape that you will not beat. We must remember that just because we know market will be busy doesn't mean that we'll make money. The last 50 minutes today could see a massive move in one direction, speaking about the indexes. For the end of the month, I will not be trading it. I'll be watching and learning about what may be the next move for the coming sessions. Keep it light and tight. So that's what his message was today. So obviously we got a pretty newsful day today. We also did have Microsoft earnings yesterday. They did beat earnings, but they dropped immediately on earnings and now looking to rally. Nvidia is up over 10% today. It was already up over 8% pre-market. So that's moving quite a lot. We have Meta reporting earnings post-market today. So Facebook. And then we also have Apple and Amazon. So 4 of the big 7 actually reporting this week. Microsoft, Meta, Apple, and Amazon. Nvidia is reporting, I think it's on the 28th of August, later on this month, or next month. So a pretty newsful weekend. Then we also have NFP on Friday. So particularly when I was trading currencies, I don't know about you, TY. Do you look to trade NFP days? Would you look to take off? What is your thoughts on that?
I don't trade. My thing is I don't trade during news. I pretty much don't trade like, in the maybe like 20, 30 minutes before and after.
Yeah.
And I usually don't even like trading the hour before news because a lot of times price can start to go sideways a little bit, especially on big news days like NFP and stuff. I definitely don't trade during NFP. I think that's crazy. But yeah, for me, like news, I pretty much treat all news events the same. I just kind of set this time buffer before and after. If during the day, outside of this time buffer, a good trade presents, I'm happy to take it. But yeah, it's pretty much the same for me for all news events. If there is, I don't trade bank holidays. That's the main thing. If there's bank holidays, I don't trade. And if there is a very, very heavy news day, I could err to, I wouldn't mind missing the trading day. I don't stay out of it on purpose. I don't say, hey, there's a lot of news today, I'm not going to trade. But, if I have to choose between attending, let's say a social dinner, if there's something coming up, and it's like big news day, I'm like, okay, fine. Like I'm happy to kind of give it a miss.
Sure. I think that's fair enough. I think that's pretty much substandard what I do as well. I think, there's always going to be other times to trade in the markets. And yeah, some of you might not agree with me. And that's just what's worked for me over the last 4 years in my own trading and DY's trading as well. So we just there.
Yeah, there's $1 million opportunities in the market every day. That's honestly what it is, right?
Yep.
Like I pretty much get a trade almost every day. Not every day. I would say on average, I get about 4 trades a week. I'm not like someone that trades a ton. I probably get about 1 valid setup every session that I trade. Some days, if 2 charts are moving well and I'm sitting on the desk, I might get 2, but I'm used to seeing 4 to 5 trades a week, and I'm very happy with that kind of volume. Like it's good enough for me.
Okay, so now to the big thing that we did want to speak about on stream today, and I think I'm obviously very, very excited. So we'll bring up my screen here again like that. So this is just the message that I put. This is the ASFX Discord. So this competition that we're doing with Hydra, right, is only for ASFX members and ASFX TV members, right? So how do you join the competition, right? So the first place prize is going to be a 50K challenge, and the second place is going to be a 25K. But do you want to maybe give a little bit of a rundown on how the competition is going to work, DY, and how the guys can join it?
So this is actually the first time we're ever doing a private competition, and we'd love to see the turnout because obviously we've had a great partnership with James and all you guys over at ASFX. We think that ASFX is one of the best communities out here, honestly. So we thought we'd run. James and I had a chat. We've been kind of thinking about this since beginning of the month, we kind of first discussed this, and last week we kind of finalized it, discussed the details, the prizes, and how you can participate in this challenge is we're gonna do a coupon code for ASFX that gives you 10% off. And this 10% off will run from August 1st to August 11th, if I'm not wrong. Is that correct?
Yes. So August 1st to August 11th. Correct. Yep.
Yeah, August 1st to August 11th. If you use the code ASFX to purchase any challenge, so it can be a small 10K challenge for $90. You'll get a chance to enter this private competition. So this is a way for us to, number one, encourage you guys to come trade with us. Obviously, that's the benefit for us as a company. But secondly, to limit the number of contestants within this pool. So we wanted to make this a small contestant pool. Anyone that purchases, so your chance of kind of winning a prize is higher. If this goes well, right? Like if the turnout is good, if you guys really like this idea, we'd be very open to bumping up the prize pool, making things a little bit more exciting. So this is kind of a feeler competition, right? A feeler kind of promo to work with you guys. And if the turnout is good, honestly, like I don't see any reason we couldn't up the prize pool, make things a little bit exciting for the community. But yeah, would love for you guys to come over, trade with Hydra, take 10% off our challenges. We don't give out discounts very often, if at all. And just offering you guys a chance to come in and join this competition, potentially, buy a 10K challenge, end up with a 50K. That's
exactly.
that's fun.
Yep. Okay, so how do you guys get there? Let me show you how you would get there. So let me bring up my Twitter. If you come to my profile, right, and you check my link tree over here. If you click this, I've actually just changed it now while on stream. If you click this, we'll bring up my link tree with all my links that you can get to every single discount. Anything you need to know about me is all over here, my socials, everything. If you click over here, recommended prop firm Hydra funding, I've just changed it, ASFX for a discount. If you click that and you go to their website and you purchase a challenge using the code ASFX, you will be added down. They can check the back end. DY and the team will check the back end. And then basically any single challenge, you can buy a 10K challenge, $1 million challenge, whatever challenge you want, using the code ASFX, you will be added to the competition, right? Automatically. So how will it run is basically from the 1st of August to the 11th of August, if anyone that purchases within those times, you will get added to the competition. Then we'll have the registration from the 12th to the 18th. So give it about a week for the team to make sure everyone's in.
Let me interject here real quick, right? Yep. So how that's exactly going to work is once you purchase, we have you registered in the system. You'll be eligible to join the competition, but we will only send out the registration link on the 12th when registration opens. Right. Yep. So you'll have a week to register from there. Sorry for interrupting.
Sure.
I just had to.
You can still trade the account that you bought though in the meantime. You can still trade that in the meantime, right? So you'll get your account that you purchased, and then you'll wait until the 12th, and then you'll get another account, the competition account. Nice. Okay, cool. So then basically from the 12th to 18th, we'll get the registration done, and then the competition will start on the 18th to the end of the month, 30th of August. And whoever makes the most percentage gain, so as you can see, our starting balance 200K, leverage is 1 to 20. Rules accounts will be ranked by highest return percentage after the competition ends, and prizes will be given out accordingly. Challenge parameters are based around Hydra funding signature one-phase challenge rules. Again, the account that I'm going to be buying on that ASFX code myself, I'm going to be buying a one-step challenge, and that's what the rules are going to be for the competition as well. So 5% max daily loss, 6% overall max loss, which is static, not trailing, and then you are allowed to hold on weekends as well. Okay, cool. And you can trade any products offered, such including FX pairs, metals, indices, and cryptocurrency. So basically, exactly like Hydra's, you're experiencing the same trading platforms, everything that Hydra offers with the competition. So you'll have the normal account that you purchase as well as the competition account. And again, I think that honestly, I've been trading with Hydra a few counts. I failed one, and they're pretty really, really reasonable spreads, everything like that. And I was trading on the C Trader platform, right? So yeah, I think this is going to be really, really cool, DY.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be doing this with you guys. Obviously, this is the first time that we're doing a private competition, and it feels right to be doing this with you guys. And one of the cool things, about like the competition accounts, a 200K, challenge environment, is the fact that you'll be able to experience uh, the the whole trading platform side, liquidity side, everything that we offer in terms of spread, in terms of executions. And I truly believe that we have one of the best trading environments in the entire industry. Like, we've worked very, very hard to make sure that, we are providing one of the best trading experiences you can have as far as liquidity, executions, depth of markets, depth of books. You'll be able to experience all of that trading with us. I don't know if we've talked about this on the channel. Maybe we have, but about a month ago, we
Yeah, the different
moved
brokers.
from being using a single
Yep.
broker, right? Single retail broker for liquidity and execution, for the GUI trade side, which is all the match trader platforms that we use. We went from being singular retail broker to multiple institutional market makers now provide the books for us. So if you guys don't know, institutional market makers provide much, much better spreads, much, much better trading environments than retail brokers do. That's why we kind of went in that direction, because we thought that we could level things up and make things even better. So now how we're getting our pricing, how we're getting our liquidity is aggregated from multiple institutional brokers on the GUI trade platform. So if you're using CTrader, MatchTrader, DXTrade, you're going to get what I believe is the best, if not one of the best trading environments in all of prop. Right now, we also offer MetaTrader 4 and 5, but you guys know, if you've been in the space for a while, there's been a little bit of drama with MT4 and 5, and we were able to bring that back. But the only way we were able to get that back was through a licensed, regulated retail broker. So that side is under our broker partner, but that was the only way we were able to bring back MT. But obviously, it was a very high demand kind of item from our customers, our clients. A lot of people asking, hey, like, you guys ever bringing that back? And we were able to bring that back. But if you want the best liquidity, the best spreads, the best trading experience, go with one of the other platforms if that's really valuable for you. But if you really love MT4, MT5, don't mind, it's the difference is honestly not that much. It is minuscule, but if you're trading very large sizes, very large accounts, you will notice the difference. So it's up to you, personal preference, but just wanted to kind of be upfront with you guys and let you guys know about the differences between these platforms. And that's also why we're hosting the competition, continuing to host the competition on MatchTrader, because we believe that that's the best environment for traders.
Okay, now, so I'm getting a couple of questions here. Is the competition on MetaTrader? So you've just found out that it's going to be
It's on MatchTrader. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the competition is going to be on MatchTrader Act, as you've just heard, because that's slightly better conditions. And the reason I like you guys as a firm is you guys within the whole CFD space that's going on, you haven't dropped prices. You haven't, as we've mentioned on stream multiple times, a race to the bottom. I can confidently say that, you guys pay out and you got a good, trustworthy, team, you and the whole team behind you. So I really, really will stick my head out and say you guys should come over and trade with Hydra. And again, it's not only for non-USD clients. You guys are actually offering USD clients as well now. One of the few firms that actually have allowed them back on and allowed them transition. So even
actually, like, we've always allowed US clients. Like, we had to, we can't offer, the only thing we can offer is CTrader and MT. Like, MetaTrader and CTrader we cannot offer to US clients, but through this whole time, we've continued servicing our US clients. We've never had to kick any US clients off the platform. We've continued being able to accept customers, because how we work and our tech provider and everybody that we work with on our end, not all prop firms are created equal, right? Like, the people that we work with on the tech side, on the liquidity side, all these people are very, very cognizant of compliance. Everyone that we work with prioritizes risk management, and prioritizes compliance. That's why we don't have these issues that a lot of these other firms have been experiencing. That's why we haven't had to ban US customers, this kind of stuff. We've been able to operate pretty much smooth sailing all along, bar some of the industry wide kind of disruptions,
Yes.
such as MT pulling out. That one was a really hard one, but hey, like, look at us, we're back with MT. So
Yeah. I
you
mean,
know,
some firms, because when MetaTrader pulled out, some firms had to go down, and you guys have continued to weather the storm, which shows a good business and business ethics, because a lot of firms have said, well, cheers, we're out, and you guys haven't. So again, if I just pull up my screen here again, I did get asked actually on the Discord, when I shared this on the ASFX community, our ASFX community the other day, is Cameron Foose involved? And yes, Cameron and you are the CEOs. What would we call you? CEOs, owners?
Cam's the president. We're the co-founders, right? So
Yeah.
Cam and I started Hydra Funding back in 2022. We actually started working on the business beginning of 2022, and we launched. We went live with the business end of September, beginning of October of 2022, and it's been an incredible journey, because we've come into an industry with a set mindset on how we want to run the business. And when we started seeing this like race to the bottom, it was a quite a pressure situation for us, right? Like, because on one hand, as a business owner, you're like, hey, we want our business to grow. Like, we know we have a good product, and you see what everybody else in the industry is doing, and how the market share is being claimed. And when the numbers like we do, and you do the math, you start to realize, like, hey, some of these firms are running a very, very dangerous game, just as far as like how they're operating. They're sacrificing safety, longevity, just for customer acquisition, which is a game that we did not want to play. And that's the kind of message, or that's the kind of ethos that we've held throughout. And that's why we're still standing here after 2 years, after all the turbulence, right? Like, I like to think that our patience, or our the way that we've stuck to what we believe in, has paid off. Like, we just talked about this in the last team meeting. We were like, wow, like, things were looking quite bleak at some point, because like we were not willing to do this race to the bottom, and it felt like it was so hard for us to compete. Because everyone was just like flashing neon signs here, there, 40% off, and like easier and easier to pass challenges and stuff. And we're like, no, we can't. Like, we have to look further down the road than how much money can we make in the next 6 months, right? So
which is
it's definitely nice to kind of see there be kind of a flush out. And I feel like it was much needed, as much as it was painful for everyone. It wasn't just painful for traders, like the whole industry has been impacted, right? Like, things like MetaTrader, like every firm has been impacted by the big ones tanking and failing. But at the end of the day, like with any new industry, you need the flush outs, you need to get rid of bad players and bad actors. And I think time will tell.
I think and I think, again, I've worked with a few companies, and you guys are extremely professional in the way that we plan. You guys plan everything like this. You do what you say you'll do, and I think that's something that I look for in a business as well, when I'm looking to trade for in a prop firm. I think, again, I'm glad that we've had a kind of a flush up, because I still love trading CFDs personally. You can trade currencies, you can trade oil, all in one space, right? And you can swing trade them. I know the futures, you can't actually swing trade the futures, because you have to close them out before the day ends and stuff like that. So the flexibility in terms of the CFD space is really, really good. And I think you guys are one of the firms that I'm looking to continue scaling up with, right? So, okay. So let's go again over the competition and how to actually join, just so you guys are clear on how to actually join the competition. This is only for guys, only for traders that actually purchase a challenge using the ASFX code. Let me put that out there first and foremost. This is only for traders that purchase using the ASFX code from the 1st to the 11th of August 2024. So how do you go there, right? You can come to my Linktree, link in bio over here on Twitter or on Instagram, wherever you're watching this at the moment. Hit the link to come up with my Linktree. If you hit the second one down, recommended prop firm Hydra Funding, ASFX for discount. So go there, purchase any single account size that you want, create an account, log in, purchase any account size that you want. I'm personally going to, just to be straight up front, I'm going to buy the one-step account. That's the one that I like. It's a static draw.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the one-step versus two-step, I think we've had this conversation before about like the pass rates and which one, I personally would recommend. Right, like now I'm on stream with you guys. For those of you that are lucky enough to be here, I can tell you for a fact that the one phase has a significantly higher pass rate than the two phase. Anytime I've come on here, you know, I've kind of advocated for the one step, right? Like,
Yep.
and sometimes you look at the rules and you're like, oh, like, but the drawdown is 6% and the whatever. The numbers don't lie. Since the inception, since the very, very beginning of Hydra, we've collected this data, and the one step has always, since the beginning, had a much higher pass rate. And I'm not talking a difference of like 10 to 20%. Like, it's more than that. Okay, so it's a significantly easier to pass challenge based on the numbers and the data that we've gathered. And another exciting thing is we've actually I just started this initiative with the company. We're doing what is called a monthly transparency report. So we are actually releasing the data that we have on social media. So I believe that we already have the article written. I wrote the article and we just have to put the numbers in. I believe that's going to be released in the next couple days. If it hasn't been released already, it's somewhere on our calendar. We're going to be releasing it in a Twitter article. So keep your eyes peeled for that one. We're going to release the pass rates for one phase. We're going to release the pass rates for two phase. We're going to release the most profitable instruments and stuff like that. Numbers that I really believe will help traders make better informed decisions as far as, you know, what challenges to purchase, or, you know, when you're just starting out, like, or when you're trading a prop firm, you know, where are the most profitable traders making their money? Where's the most money being made? All of this information and all this data, I believe, really helps traders. So that's why, you know, we've taken the time to sift through our data and are now going to start releasing it on a regular basis. And when we do release those numbers, you can take a look at the difference in pass rates between one phase and two phase. And I'm sure your mind's going to be made up if you just take a look at the numbers.
No, I like that a lot. I think that's going to be really, really cool. And again, as I said, I'm going to purchase the one phase account, and you've said it from the front again. The one phase is just a significantly higher pass rate. Okay, so purchase the account, you'll get given the account, you can start trading that immediately, but then you'll also be added to the competition's backend. And from the 12th to the 18th, you'll get the emails and the registration. You can go and register on the link and everything like that, only if you've purchased a Hydra account with the code ASFX. And then you have a chance to win a 50K account for the first place prize, and then second place prize will be a 25K account. And this is only for people purchasing with, so it's not any random people, traders that are going to be on there. Like, I think you guys in the last couple of challenges, you've had about 800 traders register. This could be 10 traders. It could be 30 traders. It could be 100 traders, but it's definitely going to be a significantly amount less, which obviously gives you a better
if only 5 people buy a challenge, then, you know, you got a pretty good chance of winning.
You got a pretty good chance. You got 2 and 5 to win a prize. I mean, yeah. Well, you've actually only got a 1 in 4 because I'm already getting the prize.
Because you're going to make a 300% return. Oh, shit.
Exactly.
We weren't supposed to say that on the
in the books.
My bad. By the way, I just tested the ASFX code. We said 1st of August, but actually it's already live.
Okay,
so
brilliant.
If you guys want to go ahead and use that to purchase, you can already do that now. I just tested it.
Brilliant.
The code should be working. So yeah, ASFX will give you 10% off for the next 11 days. So go ahead, get a challenge, join the competition, and I wish you guys all the best.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Diwa, I appreciate that. Okay,
just a side note, if James actually ends up winning, I think we're gonna have to disqualify him because we've talked all this shit on stream.
Insider trading. No, that's oh gosh. Yeah, if I it's definitely gonna be but if I end up winning, it's gonna be pretty funny. But no, no, I want you. I will join the competition. How about this? I will join the competition, but I won't as a fun aspect, just to see where I come. But I won't actually be eligible to win prizes. I want the ASFX community to be able to win prizes. I think that's why we're doing this thing. And if this goes well and we get a lot of people on the platform trading, everything like that, we will continue to do more prizes, which are only more beneficial for you guys. So yeah. Okay, cool. But now that you know how to trade, we into the competition. We got the Nasdaq moving higher here. The Dow.
Is there anything else you're kind of like watching today? How's your? I know you have a pre-market plan.
Yep.
But do you kind of change the pairs you're watching as the session goes on if something starts to move and starts to get in play?
Yeah. So if like let's just say for some reason I'm watching the S&P 500 for longs, but then and the Nasdaq. So I'll always have like a set thing. Okay, for the Nasdaq I'm watching this. For the S&P 500 I'm watching this. But let's say the S&P 500 looks a lot more bullish after open than the Nasdaq. I'll switch over and make that my focus. So yes, I'll still be watching both of the indexes, but I'll make like that my focus. For example, today I also felt I missed actually a move on Tesla, but I was trading the Nasdaq, which is had Tesla involved in it. But I missed a Tesla move to the high side after open. Made a nice 5-minute opening range breakout, which I thought I could have got involved in. I'm trading the individual stocks as well on my personal trading account. And then FTMO do offer me, which I've got a funded account with them, allow me to trade stocks as well intraday. So, but yeah, I guess I call it the Nasdaq, which is obviously tech based, right? With Tesla too. So, yeah, I mean Nvidia up over 11.5% today. Nvidia up over 11.5% today. It's crazy. I mean, I really do like trading the stocks like that move like
It's
quite nice.
very, very volatile. Nvidia has
Yeah,
been
you have
been
to
one
be
of the
careful.
big movers this year.
Yep, I play quite small, and this is, I think, the thing that just for me personally, with the currencies that I was getting a little bit, I'm still up this year on the currencies. Actually, on my track record account, I'm still up about 11% year to date on it this year. I had a good first quarter on the track record account. I was up like 20%, and then the quarter two, I was down like 8%, and then I kind of was like, I want to make a little bit of a switch. And that's when I remember I told you I'm reducing my watch list. And then that's when I was like, you know what? I got married. And then I was like, you know what? Let me actually just move to trading New York session only. And then I was like, you know what? If I'm trading New York session only stuff, let me just trade the indexes. Because those things, every single day, those things are going to move in the New York session. Currencies, I was having good position, like I'd find good spots in the market, but I'll just get chopped around a little bit. Maybe, obviously also maybe I wasn't focusing more on the yen pairs, which have actually been the major mover this year fundamentally, right?
Yeah, I feel like this year for me, currencies have performed the best statistically.
Nice.
I haven't taken very many trades on NAS and US 30, but that's a byproduct of me originally mainly focusing on London. We had a conversation about this, and now I'm fully focused on trading New York as well. I don't even touch a trade outside of New York session, starting from about New York session open every night. I start to be on the charts, and then after New York stock market opens, the NAS and the US 30, which are the two pairs that I do look at for the indices, mostly because they have the best spreads, the most liquid pairs. That's where I like to trade, right? Because my stop losses are very, very small. Those I trade after New York stock market opens because the spread just gets amazing. Liquidity comes in, you get great fills. So yeah, those are the things that I'm watching right now. I'm looking at EU, UJ, AU, gold, NAS, and US 30. Those are the only things that I watch at the moment.
Brilliant. So this is, again, I like putting my money, where my mouth is, but this is a track record account purely for track record purposes only. But you can actually see my return this year, 11.66% and this is only trading currencies, right? As you can see, GJ and EJ were my most traded currencies, but I haven't taken the trade on this since the July 11th. I just haven't taken the trade on it. But this kind of mimics, I've got them all on a trade copier. So maybe, as I said, some days I'll trade this account and I'll turn it off. But I just I had been working in the past to build, the past year to build like a track record. But the thing is, it's quite tough as a retail trader as well, because again, like now I'm making the switch to indexes. Now I'm like, well, I can't go to build a track record with currency trading. It's completely different. So I've actually got some accounts that I'm exclusively day trading indexes, and then I'll have to leave the other accounts as currency accounts too. But something that I was doing actually with my personal capital, let's just say I have 100 grand to trade, right? I won't put 100 grand into a broker. I'll put 10 grand into a broker and risk 10%, which is $1,000. It's the same as having 100 grand in a broker and risking 1%. It's $1,000.
That's something that's not talked about enough. I think do not put all of your money into a broker account, because as you've seen, brokers are liable to go down to hell.
They are.
Banks can go out of business. Okay, if banks can go out of business, brokers can go out of business.
Exactly. And I think
the only way to stay safe is to diversify where you kind of hold your funds and your money.
And also the thing for me, DY, is like when I got a little bit, I got married and everything like that, I wanted to make other use of my money. So I'm like, this is why I'm a big advocate for prop firms, because I'm like, okay, let's just say again, 100 grand. You got 100 grand, but now you either have 100 grand to trade, or I'm getting married and I want to put 100 grand down on a house. Well, if I put 100 grand down on a house, I don't have 100 grand to trade. So it was kind of like, shit, what do I do here? Well, guess what? Here's where prop firms like Hydra Funding come in. Okay, instead of having 100 grand to trade, let's get funded with 200 grand. Now you have double the amount of money that you can trade. Yes, it's in essence, guys are going to say, yes, you only have 20K to trade with because of 10% or 9%. Jordan, I understand that. I understand that. But you still have 200 grand. You're still making your percentages. When you risk 1%, you're still risking 1% of a 200K balance. So that, and if I fail, cool, I'll fail plenty of prop firm. I'll just go buy another challenge. As long as I'm making more money than I'm spending on them, all's good in the hood, So that's the prop firms have helped me a lot in terms of being able to use my personal capital for other aspects of life.
Smart way to do it, man. Very smart way to do it. By the way, one more thing, guys. I know we've been talking about these crypto accounts for a while, but just wanted to give you guys an update. We're close now. We see absolutely no reason we won't be going live with our crypto funded accounts, right? Crypto challenges, which again is completely based on native crypto liquidity. The reason why it's taken so long is because we've had to go and get crypto market makers, go and find out who's the best ones, go and make the best deals, go and make sure, okay, cool, like, can you guys integrate with this trading environment, that trading environment? Because for those of you who do trade crypto, who have traded crypto futures and stuff like that, that like the platforms, the exchanges, everything is very, very different. It's a completely separate landscape to what's happening in Forex CFDs, right? And whatever Forex CFD brokers can offer you on crypto is never going to be as good as what native crypto liquidity providers are offering, right? That's the reason. There's a reason why crypto exchanges exist. So what we're trying to do is bring that same level of liquidity, same level of execution, spread, stuff like that native crypto has been able to offer, and bring that into a prop firm format for our clients who really like to trade crypto. There's a lot of them. Cam has a massive crypto audience, so that's something that even he mainly trades crypto. He doesn't really trade much in terms of Forex. So that's been a product that we're very excited about here at Hydra, and a lot of people are very excited about. And August is we're working out the timeline right now, but the time is here. August looks like we're going to be going live. And keep your eyes peeled. If you don't follow Hydra on socials, like, definitely follow us on Twitter, because a lot of the announcements kind of go out there. You'll see that, like, James us on Twitter, because we're actually going to do a big giveaway for the launch of the crypto product. And it's like a Gleam thing where you can just participate, retweet, repost, submit your email address, and you'll be entered into what is essentially a lucky draw to win. I don't remember the prizes we discussed, but because it's a big launch, it's a crypto launch for us, so we're making the prize pool pretty big. Again, this is not something we've announced yet, so you guys get the first time anyone's hearing this in public is here on this stream today. So sign up, follow us on Twitter. We'll make the announcement there. You can participate in the contest when it happens. And we have a very, very good prize pool to give away. I believe the biggest challenge we're giving away is 100K on when we do launch the crypto accounts. So to participate in the giveaway, give us a follow, and keep your eyes peeled.
So I've just put it in the chat there. There is Hydra's Twitter account. So give them a follow again for updates. As you can see, MT4 and MT5 are available, as well as US clients can trade with them too. So I know some of you that are watching here on ASFX TV, Twitter, and YouTube might say, well, James, I moved over to futures. It's not going to harm you. I promise you, it's not going to harm you to trade both CFDs and futures, particularly if you can trade with a respectable firm like Hydra. It's definitely not going to harm you to do both. I've actually got a futures account myself that I'm trading. There's no harm in doing both. Absolutely no harm. So make sure.
Yeah, like figure out for yourself like which product you kind of like more, right? Like figure out, whether you like trading this side or that side. As far as I know, I personally don't know too much about the futures firms, but
Yeah.
from the little that I've seen, I think CFD firms still provide much better rules. I know that for a fact, like we
I
provide
agree.
one of the most transparent rule sets in all of prop firms, like not just CFD side, but even for future side, we don't have a lot of these like weird like max margin cap
Max margin.
rules.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like there's a lot of weird rules coming out in terms and conditions these days, and like for us, we don't do any of that garbage.
No,
You know,
100%. And you pay
rules are
out. That's the thing. You pay out. That's the most. I think the most important thing is I think these are two things that I always ask myself when going for a prop firm. Do they pay out? Number one, like how's the transition? How fast are the payouts? And the second one is who the owners. I mean, you don't get an owner like you or Cam that are actually coming on and speaking to the public. If you're trying to do a rug pull, like we've seen in the past, so those are the two things that you can ask yourself. And I think to label all CFD firm scams are just pretty ignorant. That's like having a bank go down and saying, well, now all banks are scams. It's obviously not true. You just got to be wise and be vigilant and choose right companies. But yeah, I think I know it's late your time, DY, but we appreciate you being on as always. Again, DY always comes on ASFX TV. I'm trading here live. DY trades here live as well with me on ASFX TV and gives thoughts on Hydra, prop firms, everything like that, and also updates with the company every single Wednesday on stream. For those that are watching here on Twitter, we got over 200 here watching from Twitter alone.
Hello, Twitter.
Or X, whatever you want to call it. You guys know how to join the competition now. You know where to find me on ASFX TV. Hit the link in my bio to join on ASFX TV. And then also hit the link in my bio and you can use the code ASFX. It is working. You buy an account from between the 1st and 11th of August, and you will be entered exclusively to the ASFX competition for a chance to win one of two prizes. This is an ASFX exclusive event as well. So no random traders can just come in and get it. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's stream. My NASDAQ trade was pretty decent. We are obviously going to have a little bit more fireworks this evening with regards to FOMC as well. But yeah, appreciate your time as always, DY.
Thanks for having me, guys. Really enjoy being here as always, and I'll catch you guys next week.
Perfect. Cheers, DY. Have a good one, brother. Yeah. Cheers. Cool, guys. So that was DY from Hydra Funding. Again, I hope that you guys are going to take advantage of this competition that I've actually worked hard with DY on the back end to set up. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being on. We got good old Stainforth being a clown in the comments on Twitter. 50 pips USDs off for a dinner tight line. Nice, yo. We're gonna definitely go for a dinner tight line soon. That food is really, really something else there. Good old Stainy. So we have to go. What we're doing, buying or selling USDs. I hope you weren't buying the flipping rand. But I hope you're good, Stainforth. And yeah, we'll see you guys then on my stream on Friday. Again, do your monthly reviews end of July now. But hit the link in my bio, buy an account with Hydra Funding, any size account, using the code ASFX, and you will be put into the competition. I hope that you guys are having a good day. We'll see you on Friday. Cheers, everyone.